variable something like this, bool is equal to true. Okay, you can see there is a color difference is here. Okay, now if I print capital letter bool, then if I run this, you can see it will get printed bool. Okay, it will get print whatever the value that we are storing inside bool. Inside bool, what we are storing? True. Okay, so that we are getting true. Okay, and what is meant by float data type? It will be decimal numbers, like point numbers will be there, 3.4, 1.2, etc. Those are called float data types. So have you all understood these 5 data types? Please let me know. Have you all understood this 5 data types that we are having in Python? So these are called data types. Okay, data means what? Whatever the things that we are having that we need to manipulate or that we need to store or something, that is called a data. And data type means what? There will be different types, right? So that types are mentioned over here: character, string, integer, boolean, and float. Have you understood? Okay. Okay, fine. So if you are getting any doubts, please ask. So these are the major concepts in Python. Okay, so these are the data types that we are having. Let me finish what I have discussed. No need to declare types explicitly. What does this mean? So I will tell you, if I am doing the program in other programming language like C++ or something, I have to define a variable by telling its data type also. Okay, so here earlier we have done something like this, right? Num is equal to 5. So if I am doing the same in other programming language, you don't need to study that, but I am just telling this for understanding the difference. Okay, so in other programming language, if I need to declare a variable called num inside with a value called 5, then how do I need to do is, the value that I need to store is an integer, right? So that I need to first give the data type. Okay, this is the data type, int, and then give the variable name, then assign value to that. Okay, this is how it will happen in other programming language. Okay, what do you need to do in other programming languages? In other programming languages, and maybe in C# or something, you will be like instead of print, you have to write something like console.writeLine. Okay, this is the print command for a C# programming language and something. So you don't need to understand that. For your understanding, I am saying in other programming languages, you have to mention the data type also if you need to store some data inside a variable. You can't directly give a variable name, and inside the variable name you cannot directly store a value. Okay, what you have to do is, first you have to mention whatever the data type that you are going to store. So if you are going to store a character, you have to mention as char. Okay, if you are going to store a string, you have to mention as str. Okay, if you are going to store something boolean, then you have to mention like bool. Okay, so this is how you have to mention. And if you are storing float, you have to mention as float. Okay, but in Python, what I am saying is, but in Python you don't need to give the data type explicitly. Explicitly means what? I'll be using this word again and again. Explicitly means you don't need to provide extra. Okay, it is by default Python can understand this is a whatever you are storing over here, this is a integer. Suppose if I am giving, instead of integer, I am providing something like this, then it can automatically understand this is a string. Okay, that is the beauty of Python. That is why it is called, it is very simple and very easy to understand. We can directly declare a variable without mentioning the types explicitly. The data types you don't need to explicitly type. Okay, Have you understood the concept? Have you understood this line? No need to declare types explicitly. Okay, all right. So next is use descriptive names. What is meant by descriptive names? Descriptive names is for our understanding. Okay, if I am giving something like this, if I have given the name like the variable name is num, but what I am storing inside is a string. That is okay. There is no issue in storing this string inside something called num. But if I am creating a variable called num and storing a or an integer in it is the beauty, right? It is the beauty. Okay. Like otherwise what will happen, we will get confused if you are writing hundreds and thousands of code and inside the num you are storing some like something string or something that is not have any beauty, or it is not as good, right? So this is possible. Okay, if I am printing this num, then it will give the result. There is no issue in that. We can give any name. Okay, we can give whatever the name that you like. There is no issue in that. But the best practice is giving properly. Okay, if I need to add two numbers, how I can add? I will be taking num1 is equal to 10, num2 is equal to 34, and if I am printing num1 plus num2, then this code is very understandable, right? If I print, I can see the result. Okay, this code is very understandable, and we understood that there is two numbers. First one is first number and second one is second number. If I add these two, I will be getting a result. Okay, this is very understandable code. What if I am taking something like this? If I am taking something like first one I have given num, and second one I have given as add. Okay, something like this. Then what will happen is it will also provide me the same answer. Okay, num and add, but this does not contain any impactful meaning, right? It will also provide me the correct answer, but this is not as good. But seeing this, you can understand we are taking two numbers and we are adding those two numbers. So this is how you have to be descriptive in your selecting your variable names. Okay, whatever you can provide, whatever the name. Okay, and suppose if I need to create a student data, and for the student data the first variable should be name. Okay, instead of providing this name, instead of giving this name, what will happen if I am giving n1? Okay, n1 is equal to, I am providing like this. So this is not understandable, right? Since you all know my name, this is fine. What if somebody's name is not sounds like a name? For example, any name. Okay, Ray. Okay, Ray. Maybe it is possible, right? This Ray is possible. It can be the ray of sun, or it can be the name of one person. So what I meant is the name of a person, but it is not that understandable here. Okay, but if I give name is equal to ray, then it is somewhat we can understand, right? So that is what mean by descriptive. I hope the meaning is understandable to you. Descriptive means you have to provide, you can give whatever the variable name, you can give the variable names, but be descriptive and be good in your selection of variable names. Okay.